I wanted to take a minute just to kind of have a little bit of a talk with you. I want to share with you why it's so important that we are consistently showing up for ourselves, why embodiment matters. For me, this journey is all about how deeply can I be connected to myself, because it's so easy for me to abandon myself in times of stress and overwhelm. I realized over the years that I'm not connected with my trust of self. I don't have the boundaries. I don't have the energetic vitality to hold all of the dreams that I want to create. And so I learned over the years that self-abandonment creates the energetic leakages where I can't hold my own vitality. So when I started my embodiment journey, I started realizing it is a domino effect. How I look at it is we're all wanting all of these things in life. We want abundance, we want connection, we want joy, we want to connect to our intuition, we want to be able to trust ourselves, we want to heal from things, we want all these things. And we do tend to go out into the world and search for all these individual things that we want. I see this hub almost like the center of a wagon wheel. And then we go out and we try to get the individual things. I want that, I want that, I want that, right? If we're not home, all of the things that we're working towards, it either doesn't land because we're not actually in and feeling safe and valuable enough to hold the things we're creating. Or when we talk about law of attraction, we're talking about manifesting, there's nobody home for the thing to come in. We don't have the capacity to sustain our up leveling. We don't have the nervous system health and spaciousness within us to hold these next up levelings that we're calling forth. We reject them. Our nervous system is literally not capable of holding on to the things that we want because we aren't in to stabilize the nervous system. And consistency matters. The consistency matters because it took years to develop this habitual pattern of self-abandonment. Doesn't mean it'll take years to get it, but unaware in our subconscious, we don't even know that we're doing it. It created a very strong default system. The system just knows that's how it is. And when we get overwhelmed, that's what we do. Automatic. We don't even think about it. It's a default system. That's how it protects us. And we're very often unaware that that's what we're doing. So what I'm introducing is we're bringing in awareness that we do it, the awareness of when we're doing it, and then the ability to disrupt that old pattern so that we start establishing safety in the body to stay here. It takes consistency because that's such a deep default system. In fact, in the beginning, even if you're aware that you do it and you're aware when you do it, the system will still go into that default and you won't necessarily be able to disrupt it in the beginning. It'll be a lot of work, a lot of hard work to even catch the moment. I'm just taking a breath. The other side of this conversation, one of the main things that I hear from my clients, in all of the ways they're out here wanting all these things, one of the deepest wounds that I hear from my clients is that they don't trust themselves. They've done things or they've shamed themselves or they've made mistakes to the degree that they don't really trust their choices. They don't trust to choose what's best for them. But that got me really curious because I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's just shame or I made that one mistake that one time. I don't trust myself to choose again. I don't think it's just that. And so it got me really curious. When we self-abandon, we are essentially subconsciously stating, this person's well-being and comfort is more important than my own. I'm going to go over there and fix them at the cost of myself. So subconsciously, what we're saying to the universe is, I'm not as important as that person. That person is more important. Now, as children, that was true because their happiness meant our safety. So on some level, that's true. It's just that it's not true anymore. And again, because of the default, we're not disrupting it enough to know that that's what we're doing. So every time we self-abandon, we commit a micro betrayal against ourselves. They are more important than we are. They are more valuable than we are. So it begins to break down our internal self-worth. When you don't have self-worth, you don't trust yourself because you have witnessed yourself betray yourself over and over again, saying that person is more important than you. Their well-being is more valuable than yours. That's where we lose trust. That's the micro little slivers every time we betray, every time we abandon. Now, we have a lot of grace and compassion around that because it's learned as children. We needed it to survive. But we've got to talk about it now from the adult perspective. We don't need that anymore. We need to be in our body now. We need to be engaged and aligned in our intuition and our wisdom and our boundaries and our value so that we can go into the world and be the things that we want to be. So for me, how it breaks down is embodiment begins to heal the relationship with all of those betrayals. It starts to heal the relationship where we once subconsciously said, they're valuable, I'm not. So every time we choose to stay or come back when we do abandon, right? Because in the beginning, we won't catch it. Every time we come back, we go, you know what? Actually, I am pretty valuable. And it's okay that they're upset. This is going to hurt me, and I'm going to choose myself over this perceived threat. So we begin to heal the relationship with self. Every time you choose self, every time you choose to stay, you are saying to the universe, I matter too. I'm enough. I'm going to stay here and care for myself. I matter. That begins to bridge over into the value system that we hold within ourselves. It begins to heal that trust that was broken. Now, when you're in, you're like, yeah, I matter too. And I love you, but I'm not going to hurt myself to rescue you, to please you, to fix you. That starts to fill up, and now we don't have the energetic leaks that we would normally have because we're abandoning. When we have vitality, our value builds, our trust builds. Somewhere along the way, when you take trust and value, that equals boundaries. You just naturally start having boundaries. When people try to teach boundaries without teaching healing the value, it's why boundaries are hard. They become performative. I'm supposed to have boundaries. I need to hold these boundaries. It's hard because we don't have the value to back it up. You see, are you tracking how important this work is? So for me, embodiment is the first domino. In other words, we don't have to know everything. We don't have to worry about the trust. We don't have to worry about the value or the boundaries or everything else. We don't have to go out and get all the things. We go to embodiment. Embodiment ends up being the first domino that then starts the beautiful fall of all the other dominoes. When you're in, you have value, you trust yourself, your boundaries are there, your vitality grows, your alignment comes in, your intuition thrives. It starts to lay out this beautiful domino effect. All because we stayed, all because we came back, all because we stated within ourselves, I matter too. That's why it's so important. One last note, consistency. Consistency is actually what builds trust, not perfection. You're not going to catch it. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to see it days later. Oh my God, I abandoned myself on Tuesday. I totally forgot I did that. You're not going to see it every single time. Nobody does. The key is not perfection. The key is the key is not ever not doing it. The key is coming back when you notice it. So consistency builds trust. Oh, look, I did that. Let me come back. Oh, I did that on Tuesday. Let me just take a moment and come back. It's consistency. That's what builds trust with you. You trust yourself because you're showing up every single time and you're being kind about it. We're not shaming ourselves or beating ourselves up. These are all very natural, normal things that our nervous system does. We're just stating, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this. I matter. And then you just consistently begin to do that, coming back every single time. Eventually, you don't leave. Eventually, you don't question your value. Eventually, your alignment is just there. Your intuition turns on, and you know what the next right step in life is. And that's why embodiment matters. I will always stand on that soapbox, always, because that's how I believe. This is what we're after in all these ways. Embodiment is the first stage. Come back. You matter. You matter too. Keep going. You're doing great. I love it.